Hello everybody, I believe you all are doing good. I am Prashant Mavani and welcome to StudyIQ. The date today is 8th September 2017. The day is Friday. I'll take you through all the important things that are published in Press Information Bureau. But before moving ahead, let me quickly tell you that today is the last day for the 30% off on pen drive and tablet courses. These are useful for your UPSC state level PSCs, banks, SSCs, and if you have any question or query, feel free to give us a call on this number. I would highly recommend all of you to get one. Do it as soon as possible, because after 12 o'clock I don't think so you'd be able to get this benefit of 30%. Now let's see what we have got, and I would like to start with something that is, I believe, impacting each and every one of us, because these things are going on around the whole world, and as you and I are on this digital platform, so it becomes our responsibility as well to spread this information as much as we can. The thing is that Gujarat government has announced 1 lakh rupees reward for any person who can pass information to the administrator regarding the administrator of a blue whale game. Now you know that blue whale game is a big sort of trouble that is lurking around the whole world. We have seen many teenagers and youngsters ending their lives because of this utterly stupid game, isn't it? They are not thinking about their parents, and the reason is that the people who are the administrator who manage to net these students or this young fellows in their tricks is they use a tactic called threats. What they do is they threat them that if they do not end this game, and the game ends when they end their life. So if they don't go ahead, or if they do not end this game, then they will kill their parents. And because these children are playing it for the longest time, it is something around 50-60 days they have to go through agony and pain, and by the end of the game they have to commit suicide. So they know their handlers, they know how these handlers, as far as media reports are coming, these people project themselves as very powerful people, and they will threaten these children that they will kill their parents and their family members, and because of that they are pushing these people they're pushing this young children in this sort of games, right? Now the thing is, one of the most I would say disheartening thing is that even today, right, we are talking about blue whale game that is going on digital world, and how the government is trying to deal with it. It is sending notifications rather than using social media to target youngsters and the parents. Generally speaking, most of the people at present, if there is anything going on in the country, then it is the social media who is the first one to respond to provide us information, isn't it? So government should realize that it is not this platform of PIB and official channels through which they can create awareness if they want to target parents, and if they want to catch these people who are administrating this game, then this is the way. Social media is the thing they should use. This is the number here, it is given here, just in case if any one of you know anything about it, then I would request you to give them a call on this number, and with this you would not only get 1 lakh rupees reward, but it will also be a very good social cause as well. It is something that you'll do for humanity. Now I was wondering that these things like social media is a thing on which you will find questions. There have been asked questions on this thing. You might be asked an essay as well on this topic, so you should analyze it from all different angles, isn't it? And once you analyze it, then you will have some good points with yourself. You will have some negative points like this sort of things spreading around. You will have some positive points like targeting many people or targeting masses or spreading awareness. At the same time, social media is also used for fake news, and we have seen that many a times it has been detrimental rather than being productive. But the thing is, why do people play such sort of games? What triggers them to, or what pushes them or pulls them to play this sort of game? Now the thing is, if you go through yourself, or if you go through the how human beings work, then you will find that one of the most basic need of human being when it comes to physical, I'm talking about the physical body, the most deep-rooted, the deepest need is food, right? This is the deepest. It's You might say, you might argue that no, it would be this then that. No, food is the deepest, and when it comes to mind, it is the recognition. Recognition is one of the most deepest. If you observe, then you will find that most of the people doing anything, there would be something and something. Recognition would be always there at the root, right? It would be always there at the core, at core level. But it's not always bad. If you are doing something and if you are getting recognition for your good work, then it is good, it is motivating. But here children are doing it because they think that they want to do something out of the world, something that that will give them name and fame, and something that will attract attention of everyone towards them. This is one of the main reason they could be doing it. The other thing is that lack of communication. When I say lack of communication, allow me to define. Communication is basically when someone is speaking and the other person is listening. This is a complete circuit of communication, isn't it? I'm speaking something and you guys are listening it. If you listen it thoroughly, then the communication is complete. If not, then it is only a one-way street, isn't it? Now, what is happening around us? We find that most of the parents are giving tablets and mobile phones connected with internet to their very young children, isn't it? Now you find that children are always engaged in it. The parents keep on telling them, leave your phone and go to studies, but these orders or commands or requests are never accepted, because the person who is engaged, the mobile phones are designed in such a way that it keeps you engaged. And the Silicon Valley people are very smart, right? They know how our mind works. So they design all these apps and everything, and so you keep on getting engaged with that thing. And the other thing is that the parents are also not listening to their kids. When I say they are not listening to their kids, I mean to say that they are unable to listen to what they feel mentally. They are unable to detect their body languages, their food habits, their sleeping cycle. This everything matters, right? These are the things, and the best way to look after all this thing is to provide them an environment in which they can do lots of physical exercise and outdoor activities. Rather than playing games on the screen, it is far better to play games outside in the ground. This will make them tired as well. This will give them a mental boost, because you know that it is your good body or a healthy body in which you have a healthy mind. And once you develop these things, then it will work for each other. It will be in sync with each other, and what you get is synergy. They will start performing well in school as well, in their academics as well, and they will become more smart. And nowadays you find that many multinational companies, like say for example Google, they are spending huge amount of money for providing all sort of budding activities, like you can play volleyball at your work, you can play cricket or any other games, right? These things are allowed because it bonds the people who are working together in a much more cordial way. Right, so moving on, dear friends, now news from Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways. Nitin Gadkari, during a meeting of Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, he has said that soon the government is going to bring out a policy on electric vehicles. Now we know that this was going to come somewhere, if not now then in future. This was something that we know about, but the thing is, the interesting thing is that Cabinet has a note as per the minister, and he has said that don't worry about the charging stations, government is going to look after it. That means, of course, it's not going to provide you for free, but just like petrol pumps in initial years, it will run by the government pumps. In the same way, this electronic charging points will be developed by the government, so that more and more people can use electric vehicles. Now the biggest drawback that I see in this thing is that you have to park your vehicle and you have to wait until your vehicle gets fully charged. Now this looks a good picture, but imagine if it was India. You know how traffic jams we have, how many vehicles and population we have. So I don't know how many traffic, and I don't know how much time does it take. If it is taking 2-3 minutes, then it's lovely jubbly, but if it's taking 1 hour or half an hour, then this thing is going to be unsuccessful. So what are the things that we can do. We will talk about it as well, but the government has said that, and which is very common, that all the vehicles that are running on diesel and petrol are of course producing huge amount of pollution, which is impacting our overall life. It is not only impacting human beings but everyone, right? Everyone is getting, all the living beings are being impacted because of it. The second thing is that choking roads. If you are living in a city area, metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, then you know it very well. How much time do you spend every day on a road? The other thing is that government has said that these companies, it is very bold statement coming from the government, that all the companies that are manufacturing petrol diesel cars should look for electric vehicles. They should start, this is a sort of signal for manufacturing industry, that start making plans for producing electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles that can run on petrol and electricity both. Because if you are going to stick with old school style or retro style, then you are not going to be successful, and then a time will come when government won't be able to help them as well, because Supreme Court has clearly said that what do you want? It has been strict on government regarding the pollution taking place in Delhi. It has said that choose one. Do you want people to live, or do you want the companies to prosper, right? So now I was thinking, what could be the solution for this thing? Now rather than going for this charging station, how about we find a new solution? How about you have a station where you can take your car, you can replace your batteries, right, and off you go. That's it. Because if you wait for your battery to get charged, then it will take more time. But if you have a standardized battery, same size, one size fits all, this sort of batteries, then all you have to do is go to a station, pick up a battery, plug it in, leave the battery that is discharged for charging, and someone else will use that one once it is charged. The other thing is that it can save huge amount of money. At present, all the electric cars, the 70 to 80% cost is, say for example, if you buy a car of 100 rupees, then you have to, the battery itself would cost somewhere around 70 or 80 rupees. But how about if you can just buy the body of a car without a battery, and you can rent a battery, or government can provide this battery to every people. So these are the things, these are a bit innovative things, I believe, and it could work just like Formula 1 car race, that within a couple of seconds you can change your battery and you can go ahead with your car. And research, this is one of the most important thing. You might have heard about a company called Tesla. It's a US based company, and it is going to bring, it has in fact launched many electric cars in USA, and they are also going to bring one electric car in India. It is going to be expensive, no doubt, because it is using battery, and they are doing lots of research. In Australia, they are doing research on a type of battery that is, if you charge it, then it is going to retain 100% power in it. It is mobile, it is long lasting. So these are and they are using some different sort of technology in it. Of course, they have not released the information, but this is the thing that you should keep in mind as well. Moving on to another item of same thing, but and altogether different area, is regarding cycling. Now this is a picture of England, and you can see there is a designated cycling lane, and you can see people are commuting on their cycle, and cars are safely passing nearby from them, isn't it? Now in India as well, the place where I live, I have seen this sort of cycling road, but the sad thing is, as you know, in our country, that these roads are used either by car, or you find motorcycles are parked over there. So there is no, basically there are cycling lanes in some cities or some areas, but they are not utilized. Now if we see a country, if we go through or study the culture of Netherlands, then you find that maximum amount of people are using, you find more cycles here than human beings. As you can see over here, this is a country that is known as a crown of or you can say it is a hub of cycles. Very famous for cycle. You find all different sort of cycle, and nowadays we can use this sort of solution in our country as well. The main thing is that if we are going to solve this sort of problems, environmental and economical problem, with the help of old ideas, then this is not going to help us at all. We are seeing the way diabetes and blood pressure and all this sort of non-communicable diseases, the way it has expanded in our country, and we know it very well that doctor will recommend either a good morning walk, or he will ask you to go for a swimming or some sort of cardiovascular exercise, and cycle is a very good thing. And nowadays we have electronic cycles as well, so you don't have to push that much, you don't have to use that much of your energy as well. Of course, safeties of cyclists should be something that government can work on, and government should create a culture of renting cycle. There should be designated parking areas, and these are the things that I believe that will help us out from pollution and all these things. Now, Home Minister has inaugurated new headquarters of Bureau of Police Research and Development in New Delhi. This bureau is working since 1970, and I don't know what they have researched so far. The reason why I am a bit not happy with the way the things are working, a couple of days ago, it would be 15-20 days ago, I was going through the Hindu newspaper, and I found that in Tamil Nadu there is a very able police officer, C. Sailendra Babu. He is an IPS officer, and he has released a sort of boots, right, shoes for lady police officer. Till now there are many states in our country in which the lady police officer has to wear shoes of men, and this is something that is very unusual, because it may look very silly, but imagine that this is the culture, right? This is how we take policing. If you go to other countries, if you can see it here, you have cases of England and Japan. In England, in fact, constables are the constables of England are the highest paid in the world. Look at them. These are all constables, and they have all the latest gadgets. They know how to drive car. They are in best behavior all the time. Generally speaking, out of maximum time, you will find them in good behavior. I haven't seen anyone behaving or misbehaving. Here is a case of Japan as well. You can see the way they are, and I don't have to provide picture regarding Indian police, because we know very well how these people work. The other thing is, as I was talking about culture, if you go to court, if you go to police station, then the infrastructure and the things over there would be out of order. But if you go to income tax department, or if you go to collector's office, then you will find it is latest. It has all the latest infrastructure. This itself indicates how government is treating these two different sources. One is a source that is providing justice to the people, and one is a department or wing that is collecting revenue. So revenue offices has all these items, but if you go to police and court, then you don't find them latest. PM has also talked about smart policing. Here are the full form: strict and sensitive, modern and mobile, alert and accountable, reliable and responsive, and trained and techno savvy. This is the definition of smart policing. Now, coming to agriculture news, the World Bank has funded 1,100 crore rupees to Indian Council for Agriculture Research. ICAR is the apex. It is the supreme agriculture research body in our country, and it is going to allocate this money to top 10 premier agriculture and veterinary universities, so that research can be done on it. And as I would like to connect one more thing for you guys, that government has set a target of doubling farmers' income by 2022. So what are the things that you should keep in mind if you're reading anything regarding farming or agriculture? That these are the 7 points, right? These are the basic points, and here are all the solution. Here are the things in which if we improve all these things, then yes, we can achieve this doubling farmers income target. Now, first of all, increasing production. The ways we have to, if we have to use high yielding seeds, then we should implement it. Any other methods that can help us to increase production, that's going to be helpful for our farmers. How we can reduce input cost, how we can reduce the cost of fertilizer, how we can reduce the cost of electricity. These are the things on which research should be done. Post harvest losses. This is the biggest area in which we lose money. If you go to foreign countries, their problem is that too much food is wasted on the table when they are eating, and what is the leftover, this is the biggest wastage here. But in India, it is from farm to store. In this different channels. These are the from farm level to storage level. From here, this is the area in which we lose maximum amount of things, and we have seen the cases of grains being spoiled because of rain or not stored properly, or you see it is eaten away by rats and other rodents. Then value addition, we have to find ways through which we can add value to all the products or most of the products that are produced in the farm. So itself, like packaging can be done at farm level, so from there you can directly dispatch it to the places you want. Now, National Electronic, I beg your pardon, ENAM, that is Electronic National Agriculture Market. Government has tried to invent or tried to take all the farmers on it so that they can register and they can sell their produce online, but this thing has not picked up as it should. It is activated in more than 480 places of our country, but still most of the transactions are at local level. So even though the transactions are taking place online, the transport or the goods, the buyer and seller are as well local. So this has not picked up as it should. So we have to find ways in this thing as well. Risk, security and assistance, how we can provide assistance, how we can provide insurance, and risk, how we can mitigate risk like pest attack or climate change, how we can protect temperature sensitive crops in global warming era, and these are the things. And allied activities, how we can promote horticulture, that includes flowers, fruits and vegetable growing these things, and how we can promote sericulture, how we can beehivings. And then white revolution, that is pertaining with milk, blue revolution, that is pertaining with fisheries. These are the allied activities in which farmers can earn huge amount of money as well. Last item, that is regarding Election Commission of India. Now Himachal Pradesh is going to very soon, in near future, it is going to have assembly polls over there, and Election Commission has said that VVPATs will be used. Now what is VVPAT? It is voter verifiable paper audit trail. Voter verifiable paper audit trail. This is the machine over here. First, we used to conduct elections by using ballot boxes. Biggest problem is that, as you can see, there are big boxes. You have to carry them to all the hilly and desert area as well. So it was a bit of a pain logistically as well. It was expensive. The most important thing that I believe is it used to use papers, and papers are produced from trees. So every election you find so many paper was required, and this was it has a huge impact on our environment. Then we came up with electronic voting machine that you can see here. Very simple to use, and a couple of months ago there was a hot topic going on throughout the country that electronic voting machines can be tampered with, but so far nothing has been proved. Any party or people who were claiming that they can do it have clearly failed. Now government has Supreme Court has ordered to induct this sort of VVPATs with this machine. So here you have a pad here. If you press a button, then you will see a receipt that is printed, and this receipt, of course, you cannot take it home with you. It will display for 7 seconds, and after 7 seconds it will drop in the box. This box is locked, so you cannot take it away, and what it displays is the person to whom you have donated your vote, and it will display the party symbol as well. It is again using paper, so we cannot say it is that much eco-friendly. We should find some solution. How about a small screen over here that can verify it? Now let me quickly tell you how EC works. It will give you an example of how elections are conducted in our country. Now, as election is going to take place in Himachal Pradesh, the senior team of Election Commission have arrived in Simla. Now they are using social media, and Gujarat government should learn from them, because let me tell you one thing about Election Commission. It is one of the most reputed and one of the most innovative as well organization in our country. It has always grown, it has always expanded, and it has every passing day it is becoming stronger and stronger, and because of this we have a free and fair election in our country. So social media, it is using it for disseminating information regarding the election. It is conducting meetings with all the administrators like SPs and collectors, and commissioners. It is also ensuring that people have photo ID cards, or if they don't have, then what are the arrangements we can do, etc., etc. And one of the most important thing is that it is also encouraging people to participate in vote giving and making our democracy more stronger. With this, dear friends, I end this discussion here. Please do not forget to order your pen drive and tablet courses. Today is the last date. You won't be getting 30% discount from tomorrow. If you have any question or query, this is our number. You can download this lecture from our website or Telegram channel. Do not forget to subscribe, share, like and comment, and do share information and number regarding that blue whale thing. So do share this lecture slide or video with your friends and family. With this, I would like to take your permission to say goodbye to you. Jai Hind.